At 1 minute. All right, and we are back here at Riverwinds Community Center. Sorry for the technical difficulties here in the first half. We've got a matchup between the West Deptford Eagles and the Schalick Panthers. We got 28 Eagles, 12 Panthers here. I'll just do a really sort of a quick recap of the first half. West Deptford started off pretty strong on a lot of turnovers here by both teams, but defensively, we have great defensive showings here by West Deptford. Ryan Heenan specifically. Aiden Cranmer's leading the point total here for West Deptford, but Eagles kind of broke away in that second quarter here. A lot of easy layups, a couple threes, much needed for the Eagles.
And so far it's been the best game we've seen out of the Eagles. I was talking to a couple of people downstairs at halftime, and everyone seemed to agree. It's the best performance we've seen so far.
Yeah, and I think we're just seeing like a new legs on these guys. Their motors are a little bit higher. I guess they're more conditioned. But I think overall we're just seeing a greater effort by the Eagles.
Yep.
And I think we're seeing guys off the bench, specifically, as we talked about earlier, Ryan Heenan, who has about almost 10 steals, I imagine, a couple points for him.
Yeah, he's been fantastic so far today. I think 5 or 6 steals and 1 or 2 blocks as well.
Yeah, and on the offensive end for West Deptford, it's been a great job by Cranmer getting 2 and 1s, a couple threes, a couple easy layups, and Trazi with a lot of great looks inside. Still, West Deptford, though, is struggling to finish in the paint here.
And today, the guys who weren't playing as good at the start, beginning of the season, we had Mark and Corey, the main guys.
Yep.
We're seeing other guys pick it up today.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, we haven't really seen – Kozowski has a few points. Radcliffe struggling here early, but it's great to see his teammates picking him up.
Yep. That's what we were saying earlier in the season. We need some help from the other guys, especially off the bench. And Heenbaum has been that guy off the bench today.
Yeah, really impressed with him. And then him and Trazi have been all over defensively on the floor with steals. But for Schalick, I mean, they're struggling here with turnovers. West Deptford putting pressure on them. It's Cardona really leading the way for Schalick. Haven't seen much from really anybody else. We got a couple Sutton brothers, a couple Johnsons, a couple siblings, I'm assuming.
The whole team is pairs of brothers, it seems like, with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions on here.
Yeah, we've seen, obviously, Allen turn the ball over here a little bit. So is Cardona, I believe, is having a very nice game. Has mostly a lot of their 12 points.
A lot of turnovers from him, too, though. And I hope we continue to see us press in the future. We haven't seen it yet this season until today, and it's been working very good. Yeah,
both teams winless here to start the season early, but West Deptford finally starting to break away from Schalick as they're hoping for their first victory in the holiday tournament here. Hope everyone had a great Christmas here. The holidays coming up. Got New Year's on Saturday, New Year's Eve on Saturday. Going to be 2023. It's been a time flies here, Jake.
Quick year.
Yeah, very good year, especially for West Deptford in the athletic department. Field hockey won a state championship. Golf last year, state championship. Baseball had a good year last year. Football had a good year this year. It's both soccer teams, very good years the past 2 seasons.
All around, very good year. West Deptford sports.
Yeah, and I think we really got just a good class of 2023. A lot of athletes here.
They're going to miss our class.
They will. Got a lot of athletes here. Obviously, basketball only has 1 senior, but West Deptford revolves around really the class of 2023 this year. You got soccer team, you got the Gismondi, you got Jaeger, field hockey, you got Levengood, McGivern, Dazikowski. Soccer, you got Humes, Zuzulak. Girls soccer, Acevedo, Jaeger.
Yep. It's all seniors.
Yep, baseball, I play baseball with Luke, who's on the camera. Got about like 15 seniors. We're going to have a very good team this year for baseball. So.
West Deptford and Schalick dark green. West Deptford's white.
All right, this is Corey Radcliffe getting the line.
And the one sport that is the exception to the seniors thing we were talking about is basketball.
Yeah, in total between boys and girls, we only got 3 seniors as Radcliffe misses the first. You got Belbin and DeCesar for the girls and Ryan Heenan for the boys.
And our old basketball team back in middle school, no one plays.
Yep.
Not one person from that team is playing basketball anymore. It's weird to think about.
Radcliffe makes second. Yeah, and I believe, were you a part of that team?
Yeah, I was for a year or two
Yeah.
on that team. And Keenbaum was not a part of that team.
Yep.
He's the only senior that's playing now.
Sutton misses. Is Cramner. Over to Trozzi. Tries looking to push over to Radcliffe. Fades away. No good. That is Majaya with the rebound. Good tip by Trozzi. Schalick, good defensive possession here. Kozlowski in the corner. Looks to drive over to Zaid. Inside to Radcliffe. Loses the ball. Turnover. A lot of turnovers here. Eagles got to clean that up because we had travel here by Johnson.
Basketball is a tough sport because you really only have 5 or 6 guys that are getting minutes. So it's tough for a lot of guys. A lot of guys quit once you get to this high school age.
It's a tough sport. You got to be conditioned. As Cramner puts up a 3, no good. 1 for 4 on the night from 3. Schalick's ball.
It's not like other sports, you know, baseball, soccer, football, where you have a lot of guys out there. Everyone kind of gets in the game.
Yeah, I mean, like on a baseball field, you got like, what, 9 guys? Football field, you got 11. Basketball, you only have 5. Soccer field, you got 9 or 11, right?
It's 11.
11. So that is a turnover. Oh, excuse me, I was hit it out of bounds by Corey Radcliffe. It was a bad pass by Ryan Johnson.
And for West Deptford this quarter, it's important not to let Schalick get anywhere near back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to need 2-point lead. You can't obviously let it into single digits here in the third quarter. The Eagles got to maintain that double-digit lead going into the fourth as Cardona puts up a 3. Good-looking shot, but short. Here's Johnson with the rebound, puts up the 2. No good. Rebound to Trozzi. Poked away. Majai recovers the loose ball. Looking to pressure. Slows it down a little bit. Over to Radcliffe. Over to Cramner. Puts up a little hook shot. No good. A foul call. Cramner doing a great job getting to the foul line here.
Heard that foul from all the way up here.
Yeah, that was a loud slap. Good take by Cramner. Tried to do a little Kareem hook shot. Unable to get it up cleanly with that foul call.
And you could tell as soon as he got the ball what he wanted to do there. Nothing but a shot.
Cramner no good on the first free throw. Here's the second free throw. That is good. Cramner having himself a morning here at Riverwinds Community Center in the holiday tournament. And we got Heenbaum looks to be checking in soon. Great first half from him defensively. Really impressed with him.
I'd like to see him get some points up now.
Yeah, Eagles continuing the pressure. Good job. Cardona puts up a jump shot. Poked away. Rebound. Johnson. Loses the ball. Cramner gets it. Cramner up ahead. Puts up an easy 2. Cramner having a very good day offensively scoring.
The only thing I think West Deptford has struggled with really is rebounding, boxing out. Other than that, everything's been looking good.
Yeah, that and turnovers. I mean, Radcliffe is a really good bounder for them as he gets a rebound here. But they've struggled here with turnovers. I mean, Schalick's not a very good team. As no one picks up Radcliffe, puts up a 2, almost dunks it. Couple missed inside the paint here. Loose ball here, picked up by Trozzi. Over to Cramner, good pass. And that is good for Aiden Cramner. I'm not sure if Trozzi meant to pass it there, but.
Nah, he meant to do that one.
We got a timeout call here, Schalick. But speaking of, Schalick's not a very good team, obviously, 35-12. But the thing the Eagles need to improve on is turnovers. 3-point shooting, which they have done here today, a little bit better job, but they need to finish at the rim, which they struggled here today.
And the turnovers, you know, it's fine today, but when you play against the better teams, Colonial Conference teams, they'll make you pay.
Yep.
For those turnovers.
I believe that was a full timeout. 4:59 left. West Deptford, 23-point lead, looking very good for them. We got the girls team coming up next at 12. We will be here for that, me and you. They are playing Washington Township. Washington Township is a very good team.
And that might be a bit of a tougher game than Schalick. We'll see.
All right, we're coming out of timeout here. I'm not sure how the girls are doing. We haven't had them in a while. I believe we only had them the first game of the season versus Sterling. They did end up losing that in a thriller of a game. Came down to the last shot.
And I heard from my aunt, who's the Haddonfield teacher I was talking about earlier. She was at the girls' game the other day against Haddonfield.
Who ended up winning that game?
It was Haddonfield.
Haddonfield?
And my aunt said it was a bit of a rough one.
Yeah, I heard it was a very defensive-minded game. So we got a turnover here by West Deptford, but the girls, I've struggling a little bit early, I'm guessing.
Yep, she was. My aunt was not too fond of the showing. I'll say that from either team. See if they can pick it up today.
Yeah, and Washington Township's 3-1. They're a good team. As we have Sutton here gets fouled.
And that'll be I have a feeling that'll be a closer game than this.
Yeah, and West Deptford's a very good team as well. I believe Bella DeCesar was absent. She had a little bit of a sickness going on. She's a starter shooting guard. But Bellman's been carrying the load, Cross, Herrera, and they've had freshmen in and out of the lineup starting.
And we just haven't seen DeCesar really
Sutton missed
get
the first.
into her stride yet this season.
Yeah, and I believe that's like the inconsistency with her sickness. I also believe it's obviously hard. The flu and COVID's been going around again.
Yeah, and
a lot of people have been getting sick.
Sickness, and also we did see her in the first game, and she struggled a bit that day. I think 2 points.
Yeah, and I believe she did get fouled out. Her and maybe somebody else I remember got fouled out in that game. I'm not really sure who. It might have been Herrera.
And that probably just comes down to some rust.
Good ball move by the user. Kozowski for three. In and out, and it stays in. Kozowski for three. 38-12. West Deptford leading.
When you put some backspin on the shot, sometimes you just get those lucky rolls.
Looks like Eagles are going to a 2-3 zone. This is Childers, guarded by Ryan Heenan, doing a good job defensively. Passes over to Nick Senator, picks up his dribble over to Johnson. Johnson looking to drive. Here's Childers for three. Short air ball, rebound to Cardona. Passes it inside to Sutton.
Good dish.
Nice dish there by Cardona.
There, we're seeing a press now.
Oh. That could have been dangerous for Senator.
Johnson did some kind of flip to his feet there.
Yeah, Johnson fell on Senator's ankle. Thankfully, he's all right. All right, now we got Zaid Mujahid in for Mark Kozowski. Aiden Cramner looks to be stepping off. Corvath coming back in, too.
Zaid was very good to start the game. Haven't seen much since, though.
Yeah, he had 5 points as Radcliffe puts up a little floater, and that is good. Radcliffe, not much in the scorecard as previous games, but having an all right night here. Excuse me, all right morning. Keep forgetting that it's a 10 a.m. game.
It's almost afternoon by now, you'd think.
Feels like it. Here's Radcliffe. Dunks it, but unable to finish. And here's Zaid.
Would have loved to see that one.
He has thrown it down. I did see a video of Radcliffe throwing it down in a scrimmage. Hasn't thrown one down yet this year. Came close there.
And I heard a few boos coming from the crowd. I think it's his brother playing around there.
Yeah, probably his brother and his dad. His brother was able to dunk. Now he's a kicker at Delaware.
Future NFL player.
Maybe, and West Deptford produces kickers. I mean, Brady Clark.
Yep.
He's got an N1. It's Johnson. Brady Clark going to Princeton. A very, very, very good. I believe he's going to punt, though. Very, very good weapon. Yep. One of the most dangerous weapons West Deptford has had in a very, very long time.
And one of the weird things about Brady is that he's not built like a kicker or a punter at all.
He's got very big. Yeah, he's got very big quads. Very smart. I believe he's like number 3 in our class.
Yeah, he's up there.
Very smart. Obviously going to Princeton as the free throw is missed. Rebound deflected off of Radcliffe out of bounds. But going back to Brady, and he's I know Coach Morrell loves him. It was always fun in the meeting rooms when Brady was in there. Obviously, when we were going over like defense or offense for football. But Brady's a very good character, type of guy you want in your system. Ratcliffe with the rebound. Pushes up the mark. Kozlowski looks to drive. Floater. No good. We got a offensive foul. Second offensive foul by West Deptford. Kozlowski with the second foul. Again, unable to record all the stats here. We are sorry about that. We are just not at our usual home stand as Trozzy deflects it. Usually at the Nest in West Deptford High School, but we are at Riverwinds as Sutton puts up a little two, and that is good. We are at Riverwinds for the holiday tournament, annual holiday tournament, I should say, as West Deptford usually does every year. Good ball movement. Good ball movement. Senator with an easy two. Good pass by Ryan Heenan.
Very unselfish from Heenbaum. Could have easily taken that to the rim.
Yeah, I am very impressed with him. He's obviously changed something in his game. That's Childers for three, and that is good. Heenbaum definitely stepped up his performance from the last couple of games. I'm very impressed with him. As Kozlowski puts up a floater, and that is good. Not going well for Schalick pressing here.
After getting all that fan support the other day, I think Heenbaum is really turning it up.
Childers with another 5 straight points for him. Yeah, I think Heenbaum's confidence really boosted there as he has an opportunity here, 3-on-1. Kozlowski dishes to Ratcliffe, puts up a little floater, and that is good. Not going good for the press for Schalick. I believe they should get out of this.
They're just getting picked apart in this press.
This is a second 3-on-1 opportunity West Deptford has had. All right, it's 11:02 a.m. for the holiday tournament. We got 46-23, a minute 34 left in the third quarter. West Deptford leading. Very good way to start the second half. Believe they scored 18 points, and Schalick scored about 11. Childers started catching fire here early on for Schalick.
After this game, the Eagles would go to the championship, right? This tournament.
I believe they might have another game later on. We will not be filming that if they do. I'm not really sure, but I know they do have a game tomorrow. We will be filming that. No announcers.
Yeah.
We are both unavailable, so we got a little baseball camp going on for the young folks out there. But yeah, I believe they might have another game. I'm not really sure how it works. It's been a while. It's been a couple years since I played. There's Johnson over to Cardona. Cardona over to the other Johnson. Johnson puts up a 2, and that is good. His first points of the morning.
And they're done with the press.
Yeah, smart move by them. They were just getting picked apart. Here's Cramner, 2. Should have been an and one. Should have been a start of the night. A nice little pull-up jump shot here. So you can see the girls getting ready over in the corner for their game up next.
We see those fouls called week in, week out in the NBA. No landing room, I think they call it.
Yeah, I believe so. They don't have like a clear room to finish. But here's Johnson looking to drive. Travels.
We've seen James Harden abusing that rule for years.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Now that he's with the Sixers, I can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, playing against him, I always hated it. But now he's on the Sixers. Obviously, he's taken a step down from when he was on the Rockets. Yeah. But
I mean, he was unbelievable for a few years.
Speaking of the Sixers, they are just hot. They're on an 8-game win streak. A good win on Christmas for them.
And, just when you think Doc's about to go, pulls this out of the cards.
Corey Ratcliffe gets fouled there. Yeah, I mean, Doc Rivers struggled there early on, obviously. Sixers picking it up, and Bede. Without Tyrese Maxey, I think that's very important, too. They're missing one of their best players.
And he gets a lot of hate, Doc Rivers, but I never really had any big issues with him. You know.
Yeah.
It's been a rough start to the season, though, so.
Yeah, I mean, I believe they're like at one game, half game out of first now after that 8-game win streak. As the first free throw is good. But going back to them, I haven't really watched much early on in the season for the Sixers. Watch them now. They're doing very good.
I watched that Christmas game, and Shake Milton, a little shot at halftime. Did you see that?
Yeah, the half-court shot was crazy.
Yeah.
Got the little quick steal, took one step. Was it a bank? I believe it was.
Yeah, it was a bank. It was
Usually all full-court shots or half-court shots are banks, but very hard to
just kind of a weird shot. He stole it and shot it in the same motion.
Second free throw was good. Yeah, and football, obviously, everybody always loves football in the National Football League, but Eagles having a good year. Lost to Dallas.
And so it always sucks losing to them because, very cocky Dallas fans.
They didn't have Jalen Hurts, so that's very important. Here's Cardona, jump shot. No good. Good-looking shot, unable to finish. Oh, can't forget Lane Johnson, as Mr. Laxton over here brought it up.
A little injury, right?
Loves the offensive line. Got to give credit to them always.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's injured. I believe he's done for the regular season.
He'll be back for the playoffs, is what I'm hearing. Like, we could only hope. Seems like when he's not in the game, the Eagles always lose.
So for previous years, you always have like predictions of who's going to go to the Super Bowl, who's not. To be honest, I don't know who could go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if for the AFC if we go to the Chiefs or.
I'm gonna call right now. It's gonna be the Eagles against the Chiefs.
Eagles Chiefs.
And the Eagles will win.
I will say I believe it will be Buffalo. I believe it will be Buffalo for the AFC. I believe Josh Allen just will get his revenge on Mahomes. Maybe I will say this: Cincinnati, powerhouse over there.
They're on a little win streak.
On offense,
right?
They're on a win streak. But the NFC, I think it'd be anybody. Like I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the Eagles are obviously the favorites. I would assume being the 1 seed. Dallas shown struggles. Vikings, the Vikings shown a lot of struggles. They just been able to pull out some wins, but
I just don't think anyone is going to win in Philly. If the Eagles can hold on to that 1 seed.
Yeah, it's very hard to win in Philly. I mean, great sports city. I mean, I think that's just a reflection of the Phillies baseball. Obviously, they made it to the World Series and ended up losing, but you just saw those fans. They were just crazy. I believe you went to one of the games.
I did. I was at the game where Harper had that go-ahead home run against the Padres.
I remember watching that on the couch, and I believe we were down, right?
We were down.
We were down one
run, and he had a 2-run home run.
Childers with the steal from Ryan here and passes up top. Saved by Schalick. Here's Childers coming from behind, trying to come off the mat. Good pass.
Oh.
Corey Radcliffe gets fouled.
It's a weird
little
foul.
body check.
Radcliffe in the second half has been putting up, I think he's in the double digits now, I believe.
Yeah, he's had a lot of boards too as he misses the first, but Cramner, Tarazi they have a 25-point lead. They've been taking a break here. Much needed rest probably for them as they might have a game later on, and I believe they do have a game tomorrow.
And you'd think they're going to sit the rest of this one out.
Yeah, I mean, they might come in for a minute or two, but I assume they will be sitting. You got a comfortable 25-point lead. Here's Johnson for 3. Bounces out. Rebound. That goes to Creighton.
Where these freshmen were that we had on the bench the other day, Carter Watson, Alan Eastlack.
They have a freshman tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, that's at the high school. I remember playing in that.
This would have been a perfect game for them to get some more minutes.
It would have. But yeah, I do believe they have a tournament at the high school. They do something like this as well. Miss Cardona looks to drive, puts up a floater, no good. Rebound Kozlowski. Eagles still pushing the ball here. Tarazi for 3, no good. I think that was the first time we've seen Tarazi shoot a 3 all year.
I'd love to see it.
Up 25, figured he shoots. He's not much of a shooter. The Eagles need him to start making some shots. They want to be competitive down the stretch here in the middle of the season. Still fairly early.
And Tarazi, I believe, is going back to Italy after this year.
Is he?
I believe it's just a 1-year thing.
1-year thing. Cramner for 3. That is good. Cramner with a start 3 of the morning. So he will be going back to Italy?
Yeah. It's a weird history West Deptford has with Italian imports.
You remember Antonello Baggi? Very, very good. He's in Gettysburg now.
I saw him the other day at the Haddonfield game.
Him and MJ both over like 6'5", I believe. They're both very good. I believe they're both stars for their colleges now. I believe MJ might be at St. John's, maybe. I'm not really sure, but
D1.
I'm not really sure, but I know he was that best player from that class. That was a very good class, but Antonello, I remember one game him and Ratcliffe both had 30. It was Brandon Ratcliffe, as that three is no good. Ratcliffe, Araldi, and Antonello Baji both had 30 points apiece.
Jeez.
Good shot by Kozlowski. That was the against Pleasantville in the playoffs. That was a very good game, but they ended up losing to Camden in the semifinals. Camden was a powerhouse. They ended up winning it with DJ Wagner, #1 recruit of the class of 2023. But I did hear that Camden does have some violations going on.
Yeah, I was about to say
illegal
that,
recruiting.
There's no way they get all
Crander's
these guys.
is good. Yeah, they have illegal recruiting, but he committed to, I believe, Kentucky. Kentucky, a very good school.
DJ Wagner is always in the West Deptford area.
Excuse me, MJ went to Chestnut Hill.
Chestnut Hill. Is that D1?
I'm not sure. It's definitely D1 or D2.
I was talking about this with a family member on Christmas about the Camden recruiting tactics, and something's just a little off.
Yeah, I mean, they had Coach Brunson over there, obviously the father of Jalen Brunson, player for the New York Knicks, but he was over there. Now he's with the New York Knicks coaching. But they did have some illegal recruiting. I don't know how that'll impact their players.
We see that with Deontay Ruffin, because he is a West Deptford resident playing for Camden.
Yep.
Football.
Yeah, he did play for us his freshman year, transferred over to Camden in the offseason for football. Very good quarterback over there.
It's good for him, though. He gets to show his talent.
Yeah, Camden ended up losing to Delsey, but that's Cardona for 3, knocks it down.
In football, they lost to Delsey?
They did end up losing. I believe it was either the group finals or the state finals, but it was one of those two. But Camden did end up losing.
It's a shocker.
Delsey was a very good football team. I believe they went undefeated. They rung the wing to something like the wing T2, as West Deptford does. Loose ball. West Deptford will maintain possession.
One of the big surprises we saw was Gloucester this year making a deep run. Yeah,
I mean, Gloucester was we played them. We lost in the playoffs to them. That running back, I forget his name, but he's going to be good. Jake Zierfalls. Zierfall, I believe, one of those two, however you say it. But he manhandled us. He was very good.
And then they beat Haddonfield.
They beat Haddonfield. They upset Haddonfield too. As Sutton is no good for the two, but they ended up beating Haddonfield as Trozzy's bringing it up the court. Nice little move. No good.
And from what I heard, there was a coaching error that cost Haddonfield that game. I heard they decided to go for 2 for no reason,
and I believe
came back to bite them.
Yeah, I believe they didn't get it, and they lost. They ended up losing. I believe they also blocked a field goal, Gloucester, and ended up taking it like 70 yards or something like that.
And one thing I'll never understand.
Southsea for 2 and 1 for him.
Good move by Mark. One thing I'll never understand in football is unnecessarily going for 2.
Yeah, supposedly there's something there with the analytics. They say if you go for 2 and you make it, it higher up your chances to win the game. I mean, I don't really understand it. I rather just go for especially if you have a good kicker.
Yeah.
And I mean, Gloucester has a decent kicker. I would just. All right, here's Mark with his first free throw of the day, and that is good. Moved it around a little bit. Looks like Radcliffe, Heenan, and Trozzy are on the bench here for West Deptford. Caden Allen, first time in the game, gets the rebound. Moves it over to Cramner. Caden Allen, I believe, is a junior. Maybe a sophomore, I'm not really sure.
I believe he's a sophomore.
Sophomore?
And I believe, is it him that has a shoe business going, or is that someone else?
That's Ben Nugent.
That's Ben Nugent.
That is Ben Nugent. But good pass there by Allen, but Zayd unable to finish.
Good steal.
Good steal. Mark Kozlowski pushes it up. Over to Zay Mujahid, looks to drive. Moves over to Cramner.
Ball movement's been much more crisp today.
Yeah, good ball movement there as that's Gazowski racking up the points here in the fourth as he has a lot now. Again, we are not keeping stats. I'm sorry about that, but we will next week when the games are back in West Deptford High School. Here's Senator stealing. Fast break.
Oh.
Puts up a wild layup and somehow makes it. Brings the lead 64-30, 3 minutes left in the fourth.
We've seen a few of these odd layups today. Saw one from Radcliffe earlier.
Here's Cardona, misses the three. Obviously, the best player for Schalick is Cardona. He's had a good game. Obviously, they're down by 34 defensively. They just went in shambles here in the second half. But good first win here for West Deptford, 2:40 left. West Deptford will go to 1-4. 1-0 in the holiday tournament as they traveled here. Schalick will go to 0-4 and 0-1 in the holiday tournament.
Some frustration there from Coach McEwen. There's another turnover.
Yeah, again, I wish we were keeping stats because West Deptford's got to be in the 20s for turnovers. Same thing with Schalick. Both teams, especially West Deptford in the first half. I don't know if since we had some technical difficulties, I don't know if it captured it, but there was a lot of turnovers in the first half. As Ryan Heenan, who had a great first half, gets that stolen away. Been quiet in the second. And that foul is on Childers. Zayd Mujahid will travel the line. Ryan Heenan obviously had a silent second half, but that first half was great as he gets his first steal here.
Speaking of turnovers, I remember the Sixers team under Brett Brown. Remember that turnover mess a few years ago? It's hard to watch that.
Feels like they had 20 every game. Here's Zayd. First free throw is good.
They still found a way to get 50-something wins.
They did, and now they traded Ben Simmons away. Got Tyrese Maxey, which I love. I love him. He's got everything you need. Yeah. He's got effort, speed, hustle. Great shooter. Anytime he takes a floater, he makes it. Childers with a tough two. Good day for him as well.
I think it's very good for Maxey to be learning from Harden. That's another
more
valuable part of that trade.
No, they're going to have to pay him soon as Ryan Heenan turns the ball over, but they're going to have to pay him soon. I believe he's a free agent next year or the year after. He'll get home a nice big paycheck. And one for Childers. Believe he might be the leading point total here for Schalick, him and Cardona.
And Harden, I've been seeing some rumors that he might be wanting to go back to Houston at the end of his contract this summer.
I did see that. I mean, I'm a little disappointed in that, but
he's getting old though.
He is. Obviously, the Sixers unloaded him for Ben Simmons.
Well worth it.
Well worth it. 100% agree. And I think Ben Simmons just needed some time to go to a new team. I mean, obviously, him and Embiid did not work out here.
He's still struggling, I believe.
Yeah, he is still struggling. And that's our on our win streak, though.
That's just the work ethic. He does not have a good work ethic, Ben Simmons. That was one of the weirdest sagas I've ever seen in
That was
sports.
very weird.
It was very odd.
I believe he didn't even talk to his teammates or anything.
And we've also seen something similar to a smaller scale with Markelle Fultz. A lot of problems in the Sixers organization with their young players.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully they obviously had the worst record in NBA history, but hopefully they're getting they're turning things around with Embiid. A big part for him was big part for the Sixers was getting Embiid, but
if Embiid can just stay in shape, which he's done a much better job of doing in the past year or two, he will be unstoppable.
Here's Johnson for three, no good. Rebound Senator. Minute 15 left. Ball
another
is
turnover.
Yeah, it's another turnover. That ball is stolen. We do not have number 2 on our roster that we do have.
It's Anthony.
Oh, excuse
Moore.
me. Yeah, Anthony Moore. Sorry about that. Couldn't find him. First time in the game for him. He is a junior. We don't see much of Zayd Mujahid, Ryan Heenan, and Nick Senator in the game together. But good overall game for West Deptford. 66-34. Looks like they're just moving the ball here, letting the clock go to 0 as Caden Allen moves it inside, turns the ball over. Here's Cardona. Puts up a little floater. Bank shot. That is good. Cardona and Childers carrying Schalick here as that ball was like Loose,
Sloppy.
picked up by Heenan. If I were West Deptford, just move the ball around, waste 30 seconds. It is a young group. You could get a shot if they like. Senator for 3. That is good. Nick Senator with his first 3 of the season.
And I think that'll be it for the scoring.
That should be it. Let's see if Schalick attempts another shot. Here's Sutton. That should be a travel call. Banks it in. 2 is good. I believe that Raf's just letting it play out. All right, that should be it. Final score 69-38. West Deptford beating the Schalick Panthers to open up the Riverwinds Holiday Classic. Great overall game by West Deptford. First win of the season. Schalick drops 0-4. West Deptford 1-4. Jake, you like to elaborate on the game, your opinions?
Yeah, it was a much better performance all around. One thing I would like to see improve is the boards, but we can live with that for now. Big 31-point win.
Yeah, a couple things I like to see from improvement from West Deptford is limit turnovers. I thought the defense was very good. Limit turnovers, I would say, was a big thing. And finishing. 2 big things I really need West Deptford to continue to work on for them to continue to win games. But player of the game for you?
Player of the game? I'm going to go with Ryan Heenan off the bench.
All right, I agree. Defensively, right?
Defensively, yes.
All right, I'll take Aiden Cramner, who had a lot of good points scoring-wise in the first half. Didn't see much of the second half because of the big lead. But Aiden Cramner, mine, and Ryan Heenan, yours. I'm very impressed with both players, especially Heenan defensively coming off the bench. But that'll do it. We will be back in about 40 minutes for the girls who are taking on Washington Township. That will be our last game today. That will be live streamed. So we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in about 40 for the girls' first Washington Township game.